What up, YouTube? It is Dolly back in the house again. And of course, I got the lovely PJ with me tonight. And we're going to be talking true crime and other things, of course. And it's good to see everybody tuning in. If you haven't yet, what should they do?
Hit a like.
Hit the like! All right.
See how delayed that is?
Oh, the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button. As you see, we're going to be talking a little bit about the three Kansas fans, Kansas City Chief fans that froze to death. We're going to be talking a little bit about your girl, Karen Reed. Okay, Miss Back somebody on over.
My girl. That ain't my girl.
Richard Allen and the Delphi murders.
it was
And
Odinist.
we're officially about an hour or so away from Summer Wells' 8th birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to kick off with, I guess we'll go into the Kansas City three guys out there freezing. I was watching, we did a video last night, well, I did, on Dr. Bodden, and he said,
asleep.
well, yeah, you were asleep. But he said that he believes these people died from hypothermia, that the fentanyl didn't kill them instantly. They actually fell asleep and they froze to death.
That's what I said to you at the beginning. Because it's like a perfect anesthetic. When you combine things together, you basically, it puts you out to the point where you're asleep. You're not dead per se, not right away, but you know, go outside, I guess, because they got hot and then they froze to death. That's why it was true. They actually did freeze to death.
Yeah, and I mean, if Jordan would have been outside with him, he'd have been dead too. So the only reason he's actually most likely alive is because he stayed in the house that night. Now, they're coming out and they're saying still no foul play. They're not investigating it as a homicide. Is Jordan going to have to take any responsibility for what happened?
Question. They're trying to get into their cell phones so that they could see their conversations, but I'm wondering why they haven't taken his.
Because he's not been charged with anything. To take that, you would have to get a search warrant, charge him with something. And right now he's in rehab.
You can't get
wasn't
any charges when you're in rehab, can you?
He wasn't like Amy Winehouse. He didn't say no, no, no. He said, let's go, go, go. Because he knew if he didn't, he might be going to jail. And I think, the whole rehab is just so if they do charge him with not reporting the deaths, he can say, well, I was drugged out my mind and passed out.
Because if they were doing it, they weren't just at his house doing it and he was just sitting there watching. I mean.
And then you got, the Alex Lee guy, and the family loves this dude and they trust this dude. That's what scares me about him. It's always the people they think wouldn't do something. And we know he went there before this happened and he left before this happened. So did he drop something off to them, or did the mad chemist, Mr. Working on HIV vaccines and things, did he supply these drugs? Just buy them?
That was strange, that family member that came out and said that they called him the chemist. I would expect maybe something like that to have come out the same day or something. It was just like really weird to me how all of a sudden there was a family member saying, oh yeah, he was known as the chemist. That's who you called up whenever you needed something and he'd mix it up for you.
Well, I noticed that a lot of the family members seemed like they were getting information from online, like from YouTubers and stuff. And I thought that was strange. And we know, though, that families, everybody watches YouTube. But it just seems like they were reciting stuff that they heard on YouTube a little bit, like the rumors.
Yeah.
Like they had definitely heard the rumors, and where the rumor mill is. YouTube is a rumor mill, but they knew the rumors, so therefore they had to have been watching what has been playing out on YouTube, of course. Good to see everybody, guys. Make sure you hit the like if you're just tuning in with us. Okay. So I don't know. I think when and drugs are involved, it's like the police don't even investigate. They just look at you like you're trashy, you're a drug addict, another drug addict dead, and they don't really investigate. And I don't think they took this real serious in the beginning, like this is a crime scene. They just looked at like 3 druggies dead. Oh well, peace. When they should have did a little more investigation, because still if they all died from this big C and F cocaine fentanyl overdose, where is the paraphernalia? Who cleaned up the house? Why wasn't these things found by the authorities? Well, they could have been, but they didn't say they found anything.
It only takes one time. It only takes one instance at times, especially if it's a good combination of bad batch of drugs or so. I mean, if you've got a bag and you're smoking it, and once you're done, you're outside to get some fresh air, there's nothing. What's left?
But shouldn't they be warning the community that
There's a bad batch out there?
there's a bad batch out there? But you got conflicting statements. Like I said, Dr. Bodden, he made it be like, well, the drugs might not have been bad, and the drugs might not have killed them at all. It just might have put them to sleep, what they're meant to do, and then the elements killed them. And he said from all these internet rumors that 30 micrograms or however they measure it is enough to kill you. He said some people could have up to 200, 300 and stuff like that in their system and it not kill them. It's all based on their tolerance and things of that nature.
Which is why Jordan may possibly have been saved also.
And they had mixed it, fentanyl alone at them levels. But you start to mix it with, you get into that whole John Belushi death, speedballing type ups and downs, and next thing you know, you in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say no, kids. And I do think,
I mean, if there was THC in their system, couldn't they have had even weed laced with?
I mean, they could have, but
And at that point, like, what if they didn't know it was like?
How many people have you known that dropped dead in the yard from smoking weed?
I was just telling you about that lady that was smoking weed that stabbed her boyfriend 108 times. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, that is a crazy story. We should have added that one to the list of things we should talk about. We could throw that one in there too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about her or where. I think it's California, but basically she got off on basically killing her freaking boyfriend. They said she just had like a psychotic break from smoking.
From smoking weed. Had a psychotic break and stabbed her boyfriend. How many times she stabbed?
108 times.
108 times.
She got 2 years probation and
community service.
Community service.
They gave the lady 2 years probation and community service for stabbing her boyfriend 118 times. 108 while she's having psychosis from smoking weed.
Yeah.
That's California for you.
Oh, and then basically
that's some California stuff.
The argument, from what I understood, the argument was, I guess it was like illegal from a dispensary or whatnot. And I guess on the bag, it didn't explain that you're at your own risk and that you may possibly decide to stab people. I don't know. I mean, it was
so
like,
now the baggies got to come with "don't stab nobody" warnings.
You know how California is? They have all them warnings about possible cancer warnings, and
I guess. I don't know, but it seems like you stab somebody 108 times. You should at least
stabbed the dog too and herself.
And the dog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you can't stab the dog. That's too much. I can see stabbing your boyfriend 108 times, but stabbing a damn dog, that's a little excessive.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, that's just like if you decide to kill me, don't kill Lolo, because you don't like me. Me and Lolo ain't the same person, We ain't the same. Wow. I mean, that has to be a crazy mad woman. I mean, do you think after like 60 or 70 stabs, your arm would get tired?
I wouldn't know.
She was like a triathlete.
I wouldn't know.
She was double stabbing like this, double fisting stab wounds. That's insane. Okay, so we done touched on the crazy lady that stabbed her boyfriend 108 times. The tragedy that took place in Kansas City, which is, people should learn from this. If you're going to do drugs,
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Just don't do them.
Just don't do them yet. Definitely not in freezing cold conditions.
Right.
Okay.
Because you could freeze to death.
You definitely could freeze to death. And I didn't know you could freeze to death. I've learned a lot about hypothermia over the last 2 weeks and how fast you could literally die outside. Because I've passed out outside a few times from drinking.
In the winter?
One time in the winter, but I was in my truck. I walked home and I passed out in the truck. But the only problem was the window was down. I woke up cold as shit. It was so cold. But I was fine. But what I'm saying is you can really die fast like that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people, like, even alcohol makes you feel warm. So even though I felt warm, my body temperature was probably out there dropping, you know, not enough to kill me. Apparently, I'm still here, but I learned a lot. Don't fall asleep in cold, because I don't think of 18 to 30 degrees is really that cold. I mean, it's cold, but it ain't like cold. You know
You're
what I'm saying?
cold and it's 80 degrees in here and you're cold.
Yeah, but when I think freezing to death, I think below zero. You know, you're out in below zero conditions, and you done
Yeah, no.
got caught in the elements. Not, you know, it's 30 degrees and you done froze to death with a jacket on. That seems.
One of them didn't have his jacket.
But it's because they wasn't moving. If they were moving around in 30-degree temperature, you're just doing jumping jacks or moving around, they would have never froze to death in them temperatures.
Yeah.
They'd have been cold as shit, but they wouldn't have froze to death. They would have kept that blood flowing, jogging, moving around. They'd have been fine. Laying on the ground in the snow within an hour, he said they were dead.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that's quick.
They had to, trigger warning, they had to de-thaw them.
I know.
To do the autopsy.
But that's because not because they're out there an hour. That's because 2 days
they were frozen.
Yeah, right? They were frozen solid after a while. Once their heart stopped beating and their blood stopped pumping, they froze right on up. That is sad. That is sad.
Yeah, I could smoke either.
I think, you know, in all of this, I just think Jordan owes the parents an explanation. I think.
See, all the relatives that I saw that talked about Jordan said that, like, the other ones were closer to each other than he's kind of like not as close with them. And if he's like, it just seems like that type of personality, like that he's not talkative or friendly.
I
or
think
whatever.
he knew, but I'll get, you know, play devil's advocate and say, well, what if he didn't? He should at least apologize to the family and say, hey, look, I was doing drugs. I'm lucky to be here. You know, I'm sorry about it.
That would sound like an act, like, sorry, your family's dead, but I'm alive. Thanks anyway. Bye. Like, how?
No,
how
I'm
do you
just
say
saying.
that?
I'm like, he's lucky to be here. I'm sorry that they're dead. What do you want him to say if
That's
they
what
were
I'm
all
saying.
partying together and there's no ill intent and he survived? What should he be sad that he survived?
No, but I just don't see anybody going to say sorry, considering the fact, like, I would be.
I mean, you got to say something to him. He
I'm
was there with
sure
their loved
eventually,
ones,
but
and he's the only person that really knows what happened. I think he owes them that.
yeah,
Just my opinion on it, you know.
I don't think they're gonna get that.
I mean, no, I don't think they're gonna get that either. So what about this whole
survivor's guilt?
Survivor's guilt, Dolly? Well, you know, he didn't seem too worried about it. His friends were in the backyard dead. He walking around drinking wine.
I don't think that
when he came up, he was in his boxers drinking wine. Who cleaned up the paraphernalia?
His lawyer tried to say that he had just grabbed the bottle or the
He
cup
wasn't
or
asleep
the
for 2 days. He was out for a day. He got up the next day. Says me. I just said it. You just heard me say it. You come out says who? Me. Me says it. I say it. Okay. There's just no way he was out for a day. He got up. He cleaned up that shit, and maybe he didn't notice his friends out there. But I think he did.
60 bottles of beer somewhere.
Yeah, the beer, the how were they doing the cocoa pebbles if they didn't have a spoon, you know, a straw?
Yeah.
You know.
Something would have been somewhere.
Okay, now let's dive into your girl.
She got caught up.
Turn your head like that. Y'all kind of got that same crazy look like that. There it is. There it is. That's a run you over look right there.
Go stand behind the car real fast. Let's go.
You got a Jeep. I ain't getting behind that damn thing. Tail lights half-ass work. I'll be dead. Okay. So, Karen Reed, what do you think's going to happen?
I think there's more stuff that we don't know about. And I think that her recent stint of basically orchestrating all the behind-the-scenes stuff that Turtle Boy's been doing is going to get her in trouble. I mean, she's already in trouble.
So she's paying people for harassment campaign. It's basically
she's basically giving a narrative to all of everything Turtle Boy's been saying and doing, leaking photos of the autopsy of her love of her life.
I just look at it like she bought herself a cult, like you know, a cult facility. He's like, yo, I got a cult facility. She was like, hey, I'll pay you for it.
Pretty much.
You know, and now they have a cult of these people.
A PR team with a cult, yeah.
But with a grimy cult leader of some weird sort. Yeah, I mean, everybody everybody knows that she was talking to that dude, Turtle Boy, behind the scenes and things of that nature. My question is this: when they got them warrants against her and they took her phones and she wiped her phones, what was on them phones? Because look, the police already know what was on the phones. They just needed the phones themselves for physical evidence. But I wonder
Just
what
the
kind of stuff she was,
communications.
the communications
Yeah,
of.
and she was feeding the information from stuff that was in her defense, like her lawyers and stuff. That stuff that they were privy to have that not other people had.
And you know, Turtle Boy has been in jail for over a month now. He's a hardened criminal. He got stripes now. He got.
He's gonna come out with a face tattoo.
Yeah, he would come out with a Mike Tyson tattoo. He got street cred now.
You're
That's
right.
what he said. Look, he's in a cell by himself. He's like, yo, when I get out, I'm getting street cred. You don't get street cred when you're in a cell by yourself. Okay, you gotta be in the yard. You gotta earn your stripes in the field, right?
The chat is saying the video is blurry.
This video?
Mm-hmm.
It might be the Wi-Fi. It'll come back in clear for you guys in a minute.
Video because I'm looking at my phone and it looks fine. I mean, it's not 100% great, but it looks fine.
Okay, you're probably better off my face being blurry. Okay, I should blur myself out. Anyway, so I'm thinking, you know, they got something on her. You know, is it enough to convict her? Sprinkle a little tail light dust here, a little tail light dust there.
They didn't have to change her charge from manslaughter to murder too. They didn't have to change it. So I mean, they have to have something in order to solidify.
I mean, she told everybody I hit him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody that would listen.
Don't get it twisted. It was, did I hit him? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hit him. You know, just the way she said it.
Yeah, it's word salad. It's like, yeah, did I say this or did I say that? But I meant it this way.
Yeah.
But not that way.
It had a question mark behind the word. Like, did I possibly hit him?
I'm hoping that Turtle Boy ain't got to shank nobody while he's in there. You know what I'm saying? I hope he don't get real.
I don't think he could. I don't think he has the balls.
Well, I mean, it's hard to shank anybody when you sit in the cell by yourself. You know how bad it must be to sit in that cell 30 some days by yourself. Literally, people go crazy.
He's on 60.
People go, well, he was already crazy. He's probably clean off the, it might keep him alive because he seemed like he was going through a little withdrawals when he first got into
yeah, he was
to jail.
I'm sure he was.
And that's probably why they got one of the reasons he was probably crying, going through withdrawals, wanting to, talk about unaliving himself, and we've seen him do that.
Yeah, but they never took him out of that.
That's why he's in a medical pod.
I know.
That's why they got him PC'd up and in the medical pod and stuff like that.
Don't you eventually get out of that once they recognize that you're not like that no more?
He looked, no. You go in there talking about you want to hurt yourself. They put you in a cell that they can walk by and look at you every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes they'll walk by and look at you. That's it. They don't talk to you or nothing. They just walk by, look in the little glass and go, all right, you're alive.
Yeah,
that's it. Miserable. And you got nothing. It makes it worse because it ain't like you. When you in jail, you got 120 people to hang out with. It's like a high school dorm, and you can play cards, you can eat dominoes. You're talking about people on the street. You're making phone calls. Your day is going by. You're doing shit, okay? And then, especially if you get a job in the jail, then you're hanging out with people, playing cards, working, and then your time goes by quick. When you sit in a room and you stare at a wall, time does not move. It don't move. Like 1 second is literally 20 minutes. If you watch the time, it moves. Like it seems like a couple days to me that Turtle Boy's been in jail, right? But I guarantee you, Turtle Boy, it feels to him he's been in jail a year. This dude will not be the same when he comes out. He won't. He won't have the same energy to attack people. He's
still attacking people in his freaking cell.
He's sending messages, but I guarantee when he gets out, he ain't gonna have that same energy. He might battery people up like toy soldiers. Okay, that's what they call it. When you stick a battery right in somebody's back.
Definitely not learned.
He's done stuck batteries all in backs. The people
I know, but I still think he's still gonna do his.
You got like Baby Gab. You got the Fred Durst dude.
Yeah.
You got the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? He's done thrown batteries and all kind of backs.
Yeah.
So, but when he comes out, that's what he's going to do. Now, see, he was a frontline soldier. Now he's gonna fall back to the cult leader mentality. Get you to do this stuff. Get you to do this stuff. Get these other YouTubers to say this shit, so he don't have to pay the consequences for it. But little does he
He's
know,
an Eagle Scout.
the Order of the Arrow. Little does he know, he's not getting out. He's not getting out before this Karen Reed stuff.
Crazy Nurse said he's coming out angry than when he went in.
Oh, no, he ain't coming out anytime soon.
Oh, they're trying to do a petition for him as a non-violent offender to be allowed out based on some clause. So he assaulted
a pregnant woman. How is he a non-violent criminal?
He claimed that's what he's soft. He claimed that it was a soft, cushiony couch.
Assault's assault.
That's what I said.
You think they cared when I grabbed that bullhorn? No, they didn't care. Assault's assault. I never touched that lady. I still went to jail. I still got prosecuted for it. Assault's assault. You pushed her. You put your hands on her. She was a pregnant woman. You face the consequences. You got to deal with your actions.
And see, that's why I said he's going to do what he's going to do, because he's literally got a story he just put out naming her as Jane Doe.
And his whole website is nothing but pop-ups. You can't even read this shit.
That's how it gets paid.
Look, you click on it, it's a pop-up. You click off the pop-up, another pop-up pops up. How do you even read this damn story?
That's like one of them sites that you watch free movies on. It's like
you clicking on more pop-ups than damn. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. This dude is.
That's how he gets paid, though.
He's a scammer.
Didn't you hear Kate when we did that interview with Kate? She said that's how he gets paid. Like somebody paid like $1,200 a month for that. So that's like all their ads popping up.
Yeah, it's like ad. I was like, I can't even read his fucking crying ass post. Like, how am I gonna watch him cry? I couldn't read the prison diaries because it was fucking 700 pop-ups.
Yeah.
For all kind of weirdo stuff. Like, yeah, dude. They ain't letting him out before this Karen Reed trial. I can guarantee that. I'm almost willing to bet money.
If he did a full 90 days, would that be? I think you're right. Because I think he's going to do the 90 days. And that would be.
But he still has to face the charge.
Yeah, I know.
Right? He still has. What did is everybody forgetting he got fucking 18 other felonies? You know what I'm saying? Everybody acts like it's just this little. No. He's in jail because they dropped his bond. He ain't even went to court yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Assault carries a year. Okay. Even on a misdemeanor charge, you do half time, which is 6 months. Yeah. He's getting the max on everything because they're not going to let him out before Karen Reed.
Yeah.
That's going to hold him until he goes to court for the felonies. Then he's going to get a couple years for the felonies on probation. Then he's done. That's how it's going to. You're in the system. The system is so hard to get out of. It is so hard. It costs so much money. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know? His Turtle Riders, he's done $110,000.
Oh my God! $110,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're thinking of what all you could do with that instead of having to.
We could be at crime con.
I'm sure.
We could be at crime con with $110,000
for the next 10 years. We could.
We'd be sitting next to Nancy Grace. Okay, we're like, hey Nancy, scoot your fucking ass over. I got $110K, baby. We're gonna party. We're going out in a Lambo after this shit. Maybe he wasn't wrong. He's gonna be a millionaire. He did say that. He's like, I'm gonna be a millionaire laughing when this is over. Well, he ain't laughing right now, though. It ain't too funny for you. Right now, I'm laughing and broke, right? I get the free laughter, the broke laughter. It's still good, right?
Laughter's laughter.
Even when you broke and you laugh, it's just still funny.
It's just as good.
Yeah, it's just as good. When you got $1 million to laugh, when you broke, it's still the same laugh.
CrimeCon is going to be in Nashville.
CrimeCon is going to be in Nashville, and you can help sponsors. We got a link posted to help get Dolly and PJ to CrimeCon this year. And Lolo. Of course, Lolo. It's 3 days in Nashville. So we're going to try our best to get everything rolling. And we got to do it swiftly because things are selling out fast. So any help that you guys can give, hit that link. If it's $1, if it's $2, 50 cents, right?
G-Unit.
We even take EBT, okay? EBT.
Are they going to buy you a donut or something with it?
Dolly got to eat. Dolly got to eat too. Okay, I got to eat. So we're going to do CrimeCon this year. We're going to go down there. We're going to highlight a lot of missing people of the cases that we've been covering, everybody from Little Summer Wells to Michael Bond, Dakota Bixby, to Harmony Montgomery, and so on and so on. We got big banners that we're doing that we're going to have up. We're going to be able to meet some of you guys down there in Nashville. So last year's lineup for CrimeCon was unbelievable. I didn't know it was going down. I didn't try to do it last year. Last year had when I looked at the lineup, it was the who's who of true damn crime. I was like, oh my God, how did I miss this? How did this?
I'm trying to tell you.
Like, I was so busy doing other things, and somehow that shit flew right past the radar. And I don't want it to fly past the radar this year. Dolly wants to take part 2024, the year of the turtles. Okay.
We're doing a presentation or a booth. Yes, not just attending.
Yeah, we're doing a booth. We're not just going to walk the fucking. We're trying to take part. Okay. Like that. All right. We're going to put on a show out there. We're going to be doing some live podcasting from there, a bunch of stuff. So hopefully everything runs. So that's what we're pushing for. And we're starting early because of, one, it's super expensive. And it's
like
selling,
11 tables left.
It's selling out so fast. So we're trying to get in there as fast as we can. So like I said, anybody viewing want to help us out, hit that link, $1, $2.
It's pinned.
It all of it adds up. It all helps. And we just want to bring you some awesome stuff this year. With a little bit of help, we can do that. Okay. Now, Delphi, Richard Allen, innocent man.
I've been trying to tell you, Odinist
did it. Okay. I changed my mind. I'm going with Odinist did it for 500, Alex.
I can't have a serious conversation with you.
I don't think the Odinist did it.
Okay, listen. The new attorney that the judge selected based on their friend request, freaking slash out like your kid and good job in ball today, like that person that had nothing to do with the before attorneys. That person did an interview saying that Richard Allen's not guilty. He said the guards that had the Odinist patches were told to get rid of them.
What about the one? Let me ask you this. Hold on, I heard a rumor. Just one of them get a tattoo on their face?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Oh, why? That's what I heard. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish it up. Go ahead.
It's 11/11. No,
I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed 108 times.
I've like lost my.
I should definitely not stand behind the car. Okay, so you were talking about the Odinism and what the lawyer said.
Yeah, she said that basically the guards didn't treat him.
Okay, look, no tickets left. Well, the tickets.
That's for the
VIP tickets.
No, all of the attending tickets are sold out.
Well, no, because they're going to have. They already said that they're going to have one-day tickets available as it comes closer to the event.
Like the day up, yeah, they have stuff like that.
Oh, it's going to be huge. It's a huge event. I mean, some of their, like if you want the whole pack, some of the packages,
they don't have to come to CrimeCon. Like if tickets are sold out,
yeah, if tickets
like
are
an Applebee's gathering or something.
Yeah,
like
that's what I planned on anyway. We're gonna meet somewhere else outside. We're gonna do a meet and greet at CrimeCon for you people that attend CrimeCon, and then we're gonna do a meet and greet outside of CrimeCon because what are the tickets for CrimeCon? Like $300, $200, $300. They're a lot.
They're a lot. Yeah.
That's just for tickets, right? It's thousands to take part. So if you can't get into the CrimeCon because things may be sold out or whatever it may be, because everybody's there, every single person in true crime's there, then we're going to meet up somewhere else for the turtles that can't get tickets or can't afford that crazy stuff. So we're going to have a meet and greet in a couple of different places in Nashville while we're there. So if you're anywhere around that area and want to look at our faces, you will be able to, okay? Because we definitely want to meet you guys. We just don't want to take part in CrimeCon. We want you guys to be a part of it. And we may need a few volunteers volunteers in Nashville too to help us set up the banners, get everything ready, and all that stuff. So what is your Venmo so I can send you a couple bucks? PJ can put that stuff in the chat for you. Now look, so here's my thing about the Delphi murders. Richard Allen. I don't think they have very much evidence, if any, against Richard Allen, other than his jailhouse confessions. He should have never confessed to his wife on the phone, which he's saying he was forced. And you remember when he got to jail, he tried to act crazy. He wouldn't eat. He was combative with the guards.
They treated him like crap for a while, and so like being paranoid, I can see him not sleeping, and that'll lead to behaving like that. So who knows? But
yeah, but if you
lawyer
create
literally
yourself,
just said the exact same thing the other lawyers were saying. He had no reason to say anything like that. He literally said they couldn't get him in a separate room to have a freaking one-on-one with him. He couldn't shake his hand. He had to talk to him through a hole like this big where they slide the food in. He had to show him video evidence through the little hole. Like, it's just not normal how he's being treated as somebody that's not had a trial, period, no matter what. Like,
oh, I do agree they're treating him a little bit Hannibal Lecter-ish. But look what he's accused of.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a trial.
I know. I don't feel sorry for him, though. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't. Look, you accused of killing kids. I don't feel sorry for you. If you're innocent and they're treating you bad, I don't feel sorry for you right now. Okay? If you're innocent, it'll come out that you're innocent. But I don't think we should be treating killers good. Fuck it. Let all the guards be owning this. You hurt kids, that you should get some bad treatment when you're in jail. You shouldn't be living the life like you a monster.
How many times have you gone to jail and you hadn't done? How many times have you gotten charged with something that you didn't do?
I mean, I've been charged with things.
So you're saying they should have locked you up and throw away the key. Nobody could talk to you. The lawyer couldn't come in and talk to you.
They should treat me like a crime. I got treated like a crime. I think they can treat me good. They still threw me in the fucking cell, but I wasn't in there for murder.
Yeah, you could have been. What's to say somebody couldn't have fallen off the bed and died?
Well, I mean, you're saying if you die, they treat you like a murder. I'm saying this is a cold-blooded, brutal murder of two small kids. You know their mama? Their mamas were at Crime Con in Orlando. I've been covering, in this case, for 5 years. Even before I had a true crime channel, I knew all about the Delphi killings. So, and that dude, did they decide that they were going to move him back to the jail?
He didn't. He moved to a more secure prison.
A more secure prison. Well, maybe the guards won't be owning this in this prison.
It is what it is.
So you heard the same thing that one of the guards got an Odinism?
I told you that. The guards were told to take their patches off, which is not normal. And like almost instantly afterwards, one of them got a face tattoo with like an Odinism symbol. And that's according to this other lawyer that has nothing to do with the original set of lawyers. And then after he did the interview saying basically he believed Richard Allen was completely not guilty, innocent, he did another interview saying basically like he almost got talked to or something. It's weird. The whole thing is not right. I don't know what's going on or whether it's Odinist or what's happening.
Now his wife can't visit.
Right. He can't have visitors. He can't have attorney visitors. So like he cannot have a conversation one-on-one, face-to-face with his attorneys. I get it. He's accused of doing terrible things. There's not really much evidence to say he did it, other than him saying he did it.
They should be in jail without much evidence to say they did it.
Yeah.
Is the next topic in the list. Little Summer Wells.
And everybody's gonna say, "Oh my God, her birthday's tomorrow."
Her birthday is tomorrow.
Not nice. I'm sorry.
There needs to be some justice. There needs to be some justice for this little girl. Whoever done it. Let's just say that the people that the internet suspect didn't do it. There still needs to be some justice for this little girl. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
especially that it's her birthday.
There's certain ways you expect people to act when their child goes missing. Well, people that care about their kids, I would have to say. There's some people don't give two shits. Like, it's just the way it is. I think a lot of the stuff we're seeing right now is nothing but show. Nothing but show. If you want to take some time to get out there searching, get out there looking. That's
They
what
never
I
did
think.
that from the very beginning. It was past tense.
They don't
She's
want help.
gone. She was in a dungeon, possibly.
These,
I mean, it's just none of their words that they say out of their mouth do not equate to, hey, we're genuinely looking for a child that's missing. I'm sorry, period. It never did. And I was trying to be nice to these people. I'm past that. It is what it is.
yeah, I mean, they're inconsistent statements, things of that nature. And they're out here screaming how much help they want, but they don't want help. You try to help them, they don't want your help.
You literally asked him if you can help remodel his damn home. Like, I mean,
they definitely don't want the help. They don't want the answers. They know, they say Summer's gone. They say she'll never be found. They do. I don't say that. We're not out here saying that. They are. So when people
they
are
won't
like,
let anyone come search on their 13-mile property, 13-acre
like,
property.
so when people are like, oh, well, you shouldn't be hard on them. Well, look how these people are being,
They only have people around them that'll mirror their narrative. They put narrative out to make
Yeah,
it
spread
the
false
story.
information.
Yeah. That's why
Complete
when
false
Betty was saying
information.
something the other day on her stream about the how Dawn told her something about the CPS people were talking to Summer the day before she went missing, and I'm like, he just told you that so that you could repeat that on the internet, right?
Yeah,
That's what he does. He literally because like he wouldn't talk to her for such a long time, and now all of a sudden he wants to talk to her. You think really that's for
look
her
at the
benefit?
timing of it. The CPS is there. The next day, the kid is gone, vanished off the planet,
Yeah, I know.
never to be seen again.
But that's all from him. When have we gotten an update from the police department there? All of the information we have on the case basically comes from him. He's done such a great job putting out the story this entire time. We literally have no actual updates from the police department there.
And that man, I truly believe he wasn't at work that day.
He slipped up and said it himself a handful of times.
I've heard him say it. I played it a bunch of times. We've heard Hunter say it. So where was he at? And that's the $1 million question. And all this stuff that's going on while she was out there doing what she was doing with some young boy, was questionable in itself. And
I just don't get how the difference in the state. We live in this state where, if I was a mother that lost all 7 of my children due to neglect and whatever else, I would have some kind of consequences for it. Like,
you lost all your kids. Now you got a kid kidnapped. Your sister was kidnapped, never seen.
Yeah, I mean. And then people are so upset that Summer's name and photo and whatever gets added to like the live streams. The more that her name is in the public and gets shared, the more people know about it. So it's like
her picture's not in the.
No, I know. I was just saying in general. I wasn't even talking about you. I was saying in general because that's what people always call tragedy, whatever pimps or. But to me, it's like you either want the world to know her name and that she's missing.
I don't care what people call me. I'm into true crime.
Not necessarily even
if
just
that
talking
makes
about
me a pimp or whatever it would be, I'm into true crime.
I'm just saying in general, as somebody like if my child was missing for real and I truly wanted my child's name out there because my child was missing,
agree. Your picture,
put her name and her name and her picture and everything everywhere.
That's why I don't care what people call me.
I'm gonna be like, please return my child. Hey, whoever has her. Like they never did any of that. Any of it ever. And you can't tell me that's just because they're just low class. Like at first they were saying that the way they spoke in past tense was because they're uneducated. No, they don't have to speak.
They sound like that because they're drunk as hell.
Oh yeah, they're drunk as hell all the time.
So, but like I said, they giving up on their kid, but other people have it, and that's the good thing. That's why it's important to keep her name and her picture out there, so other people don't give up like her parents have.
Well, it's almost offensive that they're doing stuff to make it seem as though they're doing things
3 years
like,
later.
right, like, no, that's just not how that works. They didn't even stay for the whole event like that they just did
They
yesterday.
pop up like long enough to like it's a show.
And then
It's
I know
absolutely
they're
a show.
taking pictures with all these
Why
supposed
couldn't they
like
spend the last-
YouTubers. It's weird. It's
Why didn't
really
they spend the
weird.
last week looking? Why don't they go searching? So, and if you want help, why are you bringing in convicts? Why don't you bring in search teams? Why aren't you reaching out to people that search or things of that nature? Why aren't you trying to fundraise money for searches for your child?
Yep.
Because they don't give two shits. So I don't feel bad for them people. Not no more. Them days done came and gone. I'll be the one that celebrates when there's answers, and there will be answers for that little girl. Even much as he gets up there and says, you'll never find her, blah, blah, blah. Them people ain't that smart. That little girl's out there somewhere. Somebody will stumble across something. And hopefully, if they did do something, they'll spend the rest of their days they got left in prison. Because one, I look at them both to me as monsters. Monsters. Both of them.
Yeah.
I gotta wait to pay a day, blah, blah. Let's see, we know why they are not looking for that little girl. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We know why they ain't looking.
We do know.
Why would you look for something when you know where it's at? And you did put it there.
That's what I said. I'm telling you, it's somewhere on that property. I believe it is. But if you wanted somebody to help you and you truly wanted to help find your kid, you
It's not on the property. That baby's not on that property. They didn't move that baby up out of there. That's why Candus left the hill 2 times. She didn't have to leave the hill to hide the baby there. She left the hill to get the baby off the hill.
Yeah, but if they, I just know things. I don't know how to explain it. It's like an inner thing. If they moved her, they wouldn't be able to keep as close of an eye of her as to where she would be. I'm
They
telling you.
didn't. They left the hill. They abandoned the hill. They went out there so Don could work and make no money and couldn't pay for the hotel room. So they grifted off the internet. That baby's not on that hill. They've left that hill plenty of times. That when Don was locked up, there was nobody on that fucking hill. That kid's not on that hill. She left that hill multiple times that day, and she's took that baby somewhere.
Yeah.
So everybody that wants to get on the hill, good luck. You can search every bit of that hill.
They won't let you.
They won't let you, but they couldn't stop you.
They can. They have all them signs out there, and you don't know how far their land goes.
But
They
yeah,
have
look,
13 acres.
let me tell you this. There's stuff on it. They can't stop you. I search shit that they never shown on YouTube. I ain't never shown. So let me tell you this. You can search shit out there. Okay? There's some things that never made it to YouTube. I'm gonna let y'all know that you haven't even seen. I went out there multiple times. So there ain't nobody guarding it like Fort Knox.
Yeah, the church isn't right either. That Awake program or whatever was like just busted for some trafficking. There's something really wrong with all of that.
I don't know. I don't think I think the church is just trying to be good people and looking out for Don and Candus. But I don't think they have anything to do with the disappearance, like the Robin lady or the 7 whatever the hell it is. I don't think it has anything to do with the church. I think it has to do with these creepy ass people that brought themselves to Tennessee and then did something horrible with their daughter. And when the social services showed up and they knew they were about to go to prison, the girl vanishes. Okay? Timing in this world is everything. Just so they were coming back to take your daughter. Now she vanishes.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that she was pulled aside and they were trying to talk to her alone.
That's what Don wants us to say.
Well,
I mean, if you've got CPS coming to investigate, they're going to talk to the kids.
And yeah, but as soon as the little girl says, "I'll take a shower with my daddy," he's going to fucking jail. Okay.
Not in Tennessee.
I don't know. He should be. on any on
Yeah.
any planet. Like, how does that little girl look at it? How do you explain that? Don Wells, how could he explain that ever? And then you end up breaking in the house and it's still in the underwear. The man is a monster.
Mhm.
He's an absolute monster. So the people out there that simping for these people, the hell with you. I don't care if you hate my guts.
Same.
I just, there's one thing I can't stand in this world is people that'll hurt a kid. And I don't care how you look at it. These people know what happened. They ain't telling it. And it's
I don't know how they get so wasted and not tell it. It's like truth serum doesn't work on them people.
and you notice that they'll show, well, as soon as they're broke, they'll show up. When they got money for a bottle of liquor, that's when they start posting that cash app. That's when they start jumping in.
And everybody,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw it the other day, people, how Candus is the follower and she's being interviewed.
Oh, I
The one that puts up the best like skit, like she thinks she's an actress or something. It's weird as shit.
know.
how
And
these
people believe it. People
Yeah.
actually buy into it and believe it. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they buy into it because they think it helps their channel. Like, we'll be cool with Candace.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly what it
Don
is. That's exactly
because
what it
this will
is.
help our channel because they're coming
Just
on
like
our
you've
channel and
heard me
people will
being nice
watch us.
to her, people are like, oh my God, how could you sit there and then I wasn't benefiting a channel.
If I was to talk to him right now, I'd be nice to him. Why would I?
They're still
Why
human.
would I be mean to
Right,
them?
exactly. They're
Right?
still people. They're still human.
I wouldn't change my opinion on what happened.
And
I
you never did.
And I never did.
No,
I
you
told
didn't.
Don when I was standing out there, I was like, "Yeah, man, I think you covered this shit up." So I've never changed my opinion on any of it.
Yeah. You said you thought that it probably was some kind of accident that covered up. That's exactly what you said.
So, and he's like, "Nah, that didn't have blah blah blah." But I've never changed, not one day, on what I said. Now I'm changing a little bit because now I'm starting to think it wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking now there might have been a little more malicious intent involved in what was going down.
I
And
saw somebody mention about the boys. You've got to think they've said something by now. And that's another thing. Like you said, he should be in jail for showering with the kids because they were in the showers too.
well, I mean, maybe not as bad with the boys. You all got male parts, but when you got a little girl,
Even
I mean, even with the boys in a
Yeah,
shower that
'cause
small.
when I had to hurry up and get ready for work a couple of I would quick get in with my kid. I actually put a bathing suit on a couple times, but because when she started getting older, like she's identifying things and like this is that and that, like okay, yeah, that's enough, never again. But it's different
He would
when
be in
it's a
jail
man
if
and
his
a
little
little
daughter
girl.
if the little girl went to social service and said, "I've been taking showers with my fucking daddy."
Yeah,
He'd be in
here in
jail.
Virginia, definitely.
He'd be in jail. He would have had no kids. He'd been in jail. He'd be sitting in prison right now somewhere.
Mm.
Sorry, guys. I got to go.
Oh, God.
Hi, Granny Bassmaster. It was good to see you. So, going on 3 years, the little girl's gone. These people taking photo op opportunities is what I looked at it. Like this whole thing was a photo op opportunity. They didn't spend one day going out looking, searching, trying to find her. They didn't even take the whole day to spend with the people that showed up for the event.
Yeah.
So, how bad do they really want their kid found? That's the question. I don't think that bad. But look, guys, all of you, don't forget, what should they be doing?
Hitting the like button.
Hitting the like button. That is absolutely right. And me and PJ will be back with you next weekend? So next weekend, guys, we'll see you. Next weekend, we're doing some conspiracy though. UFOs, conspiracy,
That's my
Bigfoot,
favorite topic.
El Chupacabras, and all that. Tonight was true crime, but next weekend when PJ comes back with me, conspiracy and aliens taking over the world. Okay. And make sure if you haven't that you sub up, like the video, leave some comments. We enjoy reading your comments. Me and PJ go through them constantly. So drop some comments. Also, like I said, we have pinned a link that if you want to support us and help us get to CrimeCon 2024, you can do it that way by hitting that link. Also, check out the merch store. We got soaps, lotions, body washes,
Shirts.
t-shirts, hoodies.
You gotta make some of those, by the way.
We got sunglasses, the Dolly shades. Look how smooth that is. These are the black and greens. And you can get you a pair. I'm a part of the team.
Oh, Sylvia wants to know about Turtle Island 4.
Turtle Island 4 is coming back here shortly. Okay. We have some pre-shows to Turtle Island 4 where we're going to let you guys pick some of the cast that are going to be on season 4. But let me do this announcement. Okay, you guys may see some changes coming to the Dolly Vision universe. Okay. For everybody that is tuned in, that is subbed up to Dolly Uncensored, Dolly Uncensored is not Dolly Uncensored anymore.
We only have
Okay.
367 months.
Dolly Uncensored has changed to MMA Cage Buzz. Okay. Which is my new, which I haven't took the videos off of it yet, is my new MMA channel. Okay. I'm starting an MMA channel. And if you go over and look at Uncensored, right now it's switched to MMA Cage Buzz, but all the uncensored videos are still there. Okay. Soon tonight, those videos will come down. All the old videos will come down. Going forward, it will only be MMA news, UFC events, things like that. Dolly Uncensored is moving to Dolly's Replays, okay? Which is Dolly's Replays. It's just been sitting there not doing nothing. It's going to become Dolly Uncensored. It's the channel's just moving. It's moving from that channel to that channel, okay? So Dolly's Replays will become Dolly's Uncensored. This will stay Dolly Vision. And Dolly Uncensored is now MMA Cage Buzz. Okay. So it's my new MMA channel that I'm going to be doing. Still doing all the true crime stuff, but I got some people that are working with me and we're working on putting some MMA videos together. I've been trying to do this for a while, but I just got all the graphics in, the logos in, things of that nature. So if you see this MMA channel, you're thinking, I didn't sub up to no MMA. It's just Dolly Uncensored the name has been changed. Okay. We decided to use that channel. For some reason, the notifications go out good there. So we decided to use that channel for the MMA channel. Dolly Uncensored. And here's another thing. Turtle Island is moving to Dolly Uncensored. Okay. Dolly Uncensored will air Turtle Island, which now technically is Dolly's Replay, but all this is going to change tonight. So Dolly's Replays will be Dolly Uncensored, which will show Turtle Island. We just changed the layout a little bit. Make sense? Mixed martial arts, yeah, MMA. Why move uncensored at all? I'm confused. Because we wasn't using Dolly's Replays, okay? So we just made Dolly Uncensored. We're moving Dolly Uncensored to Dolly's Replays. That's it. And Dolly's Replays is becoming MMA Cage Buzz. Dolly Vision, still Dolly Vision. So it's my 3 channels. It's just I'm rotating the names a little bit. So I wanted to fill you guys in on that. All right. So if you're subbed up to Uncensored right now, you're thinking, what the hell is this? That's what's going on. I'm in the process of building, changing the logos, switching over the channels. Okay. So either way, you'll be able to find it when you search Dolly Uncensored. It'll come up. That's where Turtle Island's going to air. That's where we're going to do live panels, steel course calling shows here, true crime here. My MMA channel, I'll show nothing but mixed martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, slap boxing, fucking whatever you can do in fighting. It's a fight channel. So you'll have this channel, the fight channel, and Dolly's Uncensored, which is my panel channel, and now the home of Turtle Island season 4. Okay. Makes sense to you guys? All right. I love you. I'll see you later. And guys, thank you for liking the videos, sharing, and all the new subs. Thank you guys so much. For everybody that hits that link and wants to contribute to help us get to CrimeCon, thank you guys. Y'all are the best. Dolly loves you. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Peace.